as you went through that leadership team and who you're looking for, you mentioned finance. I want to know that they're on top of everything and they know the answers. The answers are not dependent or situational. They are concrete.
Yep.
Marketing, sales, I want to know that they're thinking about the future, the next generation, they're measuring it, they're testing it. One of the big things we're seeing right now that there's a gap in organizations is human resources.
Yeah, HR and operations.
Yeah, what are you looking for from those?
You know, HR, when I've been a CEO of a company, I've always wanted HR to report to me. And the reason is because I've always felt like in my organizations, it was the most important function we had. I was actually, almost fine with the CFO reporting to somebody else if HR reported to me, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of organizations decide, for whatever reason, they think that human resources is all about money. And so they end up putting HR in finance. They put HR, they have HR report to the CFO. And to me, that's a mistake because your people are by far the most valuable asset you have in a company, right? They're the engine that's going to drive forward the idea, right? They're the mouthpiece that's going to communicate with the customer, right? To me, that's a company is 100% the people, right? And I feel like if you put HR in, and a lot of times you'll see like, well, we don't let our HR person, what is that title, right? We don't let our HR person come to our management meetings, First of all, what's the whole idea of let, as though they need permission, right? And second, why don't you feel like their voice is important? That's critically important. So to me, that's critical. And what I'm looking for in a person who's going to run HR with me is really basically sort of two things. They're great at finding people who are going to be successful in a position, whether or not they match the exact criteria of the position description we put out in the first place, right? I love an HR person who pushes somebody in my office and says, hey, you should listen to this person talk about this thing because I think they're going to be great for this job, right? And the other thing I'm looking for from HR, and I realize I've gone on a bit, I'm kind of passionate about this topic. The other thing I'm looking for from HR is somebody who will walk into my office, shut the door and say, hey, you messed up. Here's where, here's why, because I'm, a little bullheaded, probably doesn't surprise anybody looking at me. And here's what we need to do about it to fix it, right? Because trust me, I'm totally bull in a china shop. I need that help.